ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a new episode of Flesh Wound Farce. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California, Ozzy V. And with me as always on this program, first in the Northern California Bay Area, world famous juggler, Greg Larson. How are you doing, Greg? In parentheses, insert Will Arnett joke here.
I won't do it, Jake the Snake Roberts. But
I didn't even drink my own piss.
But I don't think it matters right away. I do have some stories to tell. But Ozzy, I think I have to ask, how are you doing today? Before I get into anything about myself.
I should explain the voice here. It is
I'm
not
Todd.
normal. That's Flesh Wound producer Todd. I was about to introduce him, who's normally chilling 9 times out of 10. Apparently, this being one of those times that he's not really anxious to get intro today.
Well, yeah, I didn't know I dialed 1-900 Ozzy V.
Oh my God. Okay. So let me explain how things happened. We are recording. Today is Monday, January 10th. One day following the Raiders and Chargers Sunday night football game, which I was in attendance at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. And usually when I'm at a live game, I save like that, anybody that's been to a Raiders game, there's that Raiders chant, right? And when I'm there at the game, like I get that like really annoying, just kind of, and I know like you guys are thinking like, oh, you mean like always? Shut up. But like, just like it's just like a weird thing my voice does, and the game went in overtime, and and it lasted the whole overtime. My voice is trash, so the intro that you heard today, I'll go ahead and try to do right now in not this voice, just so you can understand why I'm doing this right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to... See, I can't even finish it. So you understand this. I sound, like I said this before, I'll say it again. I sound like a male version of Marge Simpson. And I don't think we want that for 20 minutes now, do we?
And I know the human version of Homer Simpson. We got to hook you two up.
Oh, you are being ridiculous. Anyhow, this week we did have the pleasure of watching, and we will be reviewing, discussing National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, starring Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson. Todd, if you would be so kind to air the trailer.
All right.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Sorry.
National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1. From out of the night comes 2 men with enough courage, enough brains.
What you got, Irv?
Dandruff, seborrhea, maybe just dry, itchy scalp.
Have you tried this? I use it.
Head and shoulders?
Enough bullets.
I know what you're thinking, punk. Did he fire 173 times or 174?
To get the job done.
Hey, Scotty! Can you get this machine to work? I'm giving it all she's got, Captain. If I push it any harder, the whole thing will blow.
New Line Cinema presents the cop movie to end all cop movies.
Give me a name. Weren't your parents supposed to do that?
Hey, Sarge. It's tingling.
That means it's working.
Do you sleep in the nude?
Only when I'm naked.
They know never to screw with me.
Wilderness girls.
It's just a big checkout. Come on, level with me.
It's not bad. You'll be fine. You'll be back on your feet in no time.
National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1.
So, this is Mr. Screw with your brain, eat your spleen, wear your flesh as a hairnet leecher, huh? Look who's Mr. Scaredy Pants now. I just gotta ask, what does human flesh taste like?
Chicken.
See it before they make the sequel.
That was the trailer for National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, released on February 5th, 1993, rated PG-13 with a runtime of 82 minutes. Short, sweet, to the point. Directed by Gene Quintano, written by Don Hawley, Tori Tellem, and Gene Quintano for the screenplay. As mentioned, starring Emilio Estevez and Samuel L. Jackson. Initial thoughts on this movie, I was fortunate enough to have that PG-13 rating, to which I was able to say, yeah, I want to see that movie. And it seemed to be okay. Just because I saw the guy in the commercials. There's a actor, Frank McRae, plays captain, who's yelling, the police captain who's yelling all the time. From when I was a little kid, I remember him specifically from the film Batteries Not Included.
Wow, random.
Yeah, I know it's random, but the reason why it was such like a contrast, why it stuck out in my head, is because in Batteries Not Included, he's practically a mute, right? So to see him just all of a sudden just like yelling in this trailer is like, "Oi, can I see that?" And then of course,
Ozzy likes yelling. What?
I know, isn't that weird?
Is this the blame? Is this where?
I think this is what happens when batteries are included.
There you go, and it just keeps going and going and going and going. Now, this does also have several. No, I don't want to say, like, I guess for the time would be cameos. One that I appreciated, Lance Kinsey from who played Proctor in the Police Academy movies. You saw him in the trailer, who was actually using the dandruff shampoo. But I loved it from when I was a kid, just based on how fun it is, like similar to that vein of Airplane, Naked Gun. Greg?
Well, cast is awesome for the most part, but I just have to start off with, after actually watching this recently now, Van Wilder's better, because we did discuss that when we watched Van Wilder, if this was better or not. I have to say, unfortunately, I do feel Van Wilder's a better movie for the Lampoon series, but, you know, I still had some fun. There were some great bits, but I do feel... it's a little dated, but it was still funny. Yeah.
There's actually a joke in here that was actually ahead of its time that I'll get into shortly.
Well, 90% of them are very.
I don't care. You people are wrong to say that.
Okay, hold on.
This was wrong.
I'm gonna go what up on you there. I'm gonna say Van Wilder 2 and Van Wilder 3 are better than this one.
You guys are idiots. You guys are idiots. That's where.
No. You saw this at the right age. You saw this at the right age. I watched this for the first time yesterday, and in that opening scene, I was just like, "Please kick in drugs. Please kick in." I was like, "What the?" It was so bad. Like I wanted to laugh. One thing made me laugh, but I was like, "Jesus, sorry, Ozzy."
You just hate Emilio Estevez.
I don't. I actually really like Emilio Estevez.
Then I don't understand how you hate. It was him being Mel Gibson.
And I like Mel Gibson.
So where's the?
Because the whole plot and premise was dumb. The jokes weren't hitting for me.
The whole plot and premise was dumb.
Yeah, I know. It's Lethal Weapon.
Like what are we all of a sudden doing Flesh Wound drama? Flesh Wound Academy Awards.
I'm not
for your consideration.
I
what are we doing here? We reviewed Naked Gun,
which is such a better movie.
Oh yeah.
No, but I mean, when you talk about like, are you really looking at this movie and like, oh, I need to analyze the plot?
No, but if I'm bored, that tells me something's wrong with the movie.
I will say that I feel that it front loaded a lot of its jokes and started to run out of steam after about the 45, 50-minute mark is when I felt like it started to run out of steam, and like you're kind of tired of laughing and almost like the jokes not necessarily were
I wasn't.
Okay, well, you're a moron, so there's that.
And I love 90s set stuff. This has like all the things going for it. I know.
That's why I said you're a moron.
No.
You just want to hate it. You just
no, I don't.
No, I was going in. No. I understand what the plan is. You're like, oh, Ozzy can't yell, so I'm gonna say stuff.
No, I didn't know you liked
I'm gonna
this
say
one.
that Van Wilder 2 and 3 are better than this.
You
movie.
which I did watch this week. That's a whole other story.
Hold on, one question. Wait. One question. Van Wilder, whatever. These straight to DVD movies or whatever.
No, the second one went to theaters, which is what shocks me.
Okay. Any nudity?
I'm sure there was. It doesn't register.
Okay. Take the nudity out.
Then again, I just said it didn't register.
You're a liar. If I was like, take the nudity out.
What happens
then compare
when you
the
disagree
movies.
with Ozzy?
No, because I'm trying to figure out why you're so. I apologize for that, but at the same time, when an individual is acting in a particular way, it's me just trying to slap some sense into him verbally.
You're not saving yourself.
You know what? Everybody's been shitting on me anyway. I don't care. Bring it on. Whatever. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I mean, is this the one place I'm going to get canceled from? I mean, is Flesh Wound going to cancel me for? Why are you silent there? God.
Jeez. I have no say in Flesh Wound.
It's like we could have this conversation any other day, then all of a sudden, no, like, I'm going to make Ozzy look like a complete asshole here. Why? What are we, amateur? Why are you holding up your phone to the microphone?
Playing you off, asshole. No, now it's not going to stop.
Yeah, see, that's what you get. Now it backfired. Now you have bad audio on your podcast. Way to go.
Ozzy, your voice kind of already hit it for bad audio.
But that joke was primarily for you, Curb fans out there.
It's all right. I think oh no, did he freeze or is he there? It's all right.
No, I mean, like, you don't want to. I mean, you open up by instantly shitting on this movie on initial thoughts. And the first thing was, oh wait, let's hold this to Van Wilder.
No, hold on. That was Greg, not me. That was Greg.
No, but then you jumped in. Wait, I got to join Greg on this. Van Wilder 2 and 3 are better. Those were your words.
They were.
I know you said I'm going to piggyback on this.
I did.
We didn't talk about this movie as it's by itself.
Should we go to its favorite parts then?
That's what I wanted to do, but we wanted to talk about this compared to another movie. So we could save that for afterwards. So let's talk about the favorite parts. Let's finish talking about this movie by itself instead of comparing it to pieces of garbage. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah. There's too many favorite parts in here.
Give me two.
No. Honestly,
I know what Greg's is.
Listen.
I know what Greg's is.
Hold on a second. A lot of the funny moments are more shock. So I really wish not to say those, because in case anybody's watching, and because the funniest moments are unexpected. For me, at least, because I'm not an asshole. So the only thing I could say that isn't really spoiling anything is you have a moment when Samuel Jackson is requested to follow me, right? He's walking down a hallway and he's making the goofiest look on his face. And you don't see that from Samuel Jackson at all. Like,
right.
This was pre-Pulp Fiction, so pre-tough guy Samuel L. Jackson. So to see that, it made me laugh, but ultimately a lot of the humorous moments for me, again, because I know how to enjoy life, happened unexpectedly. And I don't want to spoil that moment, an opportunity for anybody else.
Well, that's funny, Ozzy, because my number one was when Sam J starts doing the bucktooth face after the follow me, that's the one, which is the only part that made me laugh out loud.
I did have to go back a couple times.
Okay. Although I did like the throwaway line when he's like, I can't remember how it starts, but basically, him and his wife hadn't had sex for years, but he's got a 6-month-old daughter.
You're overthinking it.
Yeah, that was number 2 since you got the number 1. I know I didn't take Greg's, so am I right?
No, you're not.
Okay.
It was until the movie continued, and then it just pissed me off. But those of you who have been listening to this podcast for a while know exactly what everyone's talking about. But, and I will probably bring that up in my rating. But that being said, my favorite moment would probably be, there's two I was debating between, but the moment where Tim Curry says, "Drop your gun." And he's like, "I don't carry a gun." He kicks him a gun. Pick up the gun. All right, now drop it. Like, I was like, oh, that's ridiculous. That's fun. And it was a close tie between that, and there was a moment where that officer, and I like this subtle gag, where the chief of police or whatever he was, in the background of his office had a bunch of donut posters. I thought that was pretty funny.
You also had Phil Hartman make a cameo appearance. Speaking of policemen, what do you do? Trying to make us all laugh? And just breaks into a stand-up bit.
For the record, I want to state it. I didn't know Ozzy loved this movie when I started shitting on it. So it's not just because of you, Ozzy.
No, it is. It is. I've said how much I enjoy this movie, and you're like, I'm going to remember this, but I'm going to pretend I forgot. So that way, when I give my opinions, they're going to seem genuine. And then I'm going to pretend that Ozzy just found out, or that I've just found out that Ozzy loved this movie, which, by the way, I don't even really love it. I just think it's better than Van Wilder.
Well, that's an opinion. I'm not going to argue with that.
An opinion. Yeah, let me sympathize for a guy who spent 7 years in college. I mean, literally, Tommy Boy, that's what everybody laughed at. And yet, however many years later, we're being like, oh no, we like that. That's cool because he's skinny.
Well, yeah, that's what changes everything.
Oh my gosh.
He's pretty and skinny. Yeah, they're going to accept it.
Okay, in all fairness, IMDb does rate Van Wilder better by 0.2 points out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes rates Van Wilder less by 3%. So, you know, it's a mixed
It might
bag
be a
for
taste
people.
issue.
Yeah.
It might be what your cup of tea is. Like, if you have the mind of an adolescent 12-year-old, this is right up your alley.
However,
would you say that's fair?
Oh, absolutely. And that's what hinders it for me, because I'm watching it at 45 instead of, this came out, it would have been like 16.
Bring yourself down, Todd.
I can do it a lot of times.
You've watched so much garbage. And you've made me watch so much garbage. And that you're saying this is egregious.
Yes.
Stuff I don't even care to repeat. Yeah, but you're saying this is more.
Well, no,
egregious.
that was his movie, not mine.
No, I'm not even talking about that piece of garbage.
Brilliance.
And you picked Once Bitten. Just say it.
Okay, yeah, that's because I was you got to pick whatever.
See, you know what? You could have had this. You could have had that moment with this too. I didn't know you were going to love it.
No, but I actually still enjoyed it, because here's the thing. I will say this. There's a joke that's ahead of its time.
Okay, yeah, what was that?
And it actually did make me laugh out. He's reading the Guns and Ammo magazine, and he opens it for the gun of the month as though it's a centerfold. Right. You know, the thing flies out, or maybe. And I think that's a joke that would have hit harder today. Also, following that, all the security cameras watching him, and then he turns, all the cameras turn away. That's a joke ahead of its time.
The one thing I did want to say, the magazine bit, wasn't that done in a Naked Gun already? With all the inserts, I know it was done in something else first. When he's opening the magazine and all the little mail-in things keep falling out.
Not that I recall,
because I'd never seen this before, but I'd seen it.
I will say there are some exact, like, not, I want to say like shots for shots, but there's a particular scene where somebody busts into Colt's apartment, and it's similar to Frank Drebin with what's her face going into Frank Drebin's apartment, and he kind of behaved the same way. So there was a lot of similarities there. That's why I think I felt a lot of the jokes ran out of steam about that 45-50 minute mark.
Well, they even called themselves out to Hot Shots.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, to me, that acknowledges where they understand they're at, and they're not trying to be better than that. And I think they know what they acknowledge. They're not trying to be better than what they understand that they're trying to be. You know what I mean? Like, they understand what their target audience is. They understand why they're there. And it's stuff like that. And then plus, okay, I can't say this. I realize this isn't really much of a spoiler, but there's one scene that pans to the police station, and it's someone describing an individual to a cop, and he's got like Play-Doh, right? And he's sculpting a figurine, and she's like, yeah, that's the guy, right? And then 15 minutes later, you just see in the background that like figurine, but just like a life-size person has that face. I died because there was no attention brought to that whatsoever. In fact, that was happening during a Charlie Sheen cameo, so it could have easily just been, it's just in the back there, you know, because people could have easily, hey, that's Charlie Sheen as a cameo while this is going on in the background. And again, like no extra attention. It's not like a camera cut to it and focused. It's just in the background, like just, oh, that's funny. That's funny shit. But I guess I'm alone on that.
No, that was a good bit. It was a good bit for sure. But
yeah. I know I was expecting too much out of the director of Police Academy 3, 4, and 5. One of those I like.
Police Academy 4 was not bad.
That's the only one I like. The other two are garbage.
Awesome.
4 is awesome.
4 is going to be on the list soon. It'll be 1, 2, and 4, and that'll be it.
Yeah, thank you. Those are the only good ones.
Those are the only good.
Okay, well, finally.
Wait a second. No, I think at the same time, knowing that we said those are the good ones, I think we kind of have to. We'll make them Flesh Wound exclusives. Okay. We'll make 3, 5, and 6 exclusives, and 7, I think. Oh boy, Patreon exclusives. Oh man,
that might be a commentary. But what I was gonna,
Lord,
but that also explains why we have Proctor popping up in this one.
Yes, that's true.
So
yeah, that is true. So now when it comes to ratings, I will say that I got a huge kick of it at first. The first like 45 minutes, I was laughing my ass off just because I'm such a sucker for action movies, like bad action movies. I can enjoy them all day long. So seeing all the cliches, as overdone as they were, I still got a kick out of it. But at the same time, I do feel that it does run out of steam. But it's almost that it's aware of its own problem because it has a runtime of 82 minutes. So all those things combined, I feel fine giving this a 3.25. Not necessarily a 3.5, not a 3. I'll give it a 3.25.
Okay, so we're not too far off. For a while, I was while watching this, you know, it had its moments. A lot of the jokes were not for me. There were a couple laugh out loud moments, but most of them were like, that's funny kind of moments, you know. So I was like at a solid 3 for a while. Then, sorry, little spoiler here. A character dies. And I was like 3.5. Here we go. Thank you. And then he comes back, and I was like, I feel like this should be a 2.5 now, but I'm gonna still stay with a 3. I think that's fair. A solid 3 because it did have some chuckle moments. Wasn't laugh out loud funny. Did kind of I feel like the soundtrack, if it was beefed up a little bit, might have helped with the pacing of the movie. But yeah, it was still fun, you know.
Who wants to bet Todd's gonna get yelled at? All right, I'm going a little high on this, but I'm gonna give it a 2. Oh, and I should mention, just so you know, if any of the other Flesh Wound shows are listening, people, whatever. It does feature a cameo from New Line Cinema owner, former owner Bob Shea, in the Basic Instinct scene. He's one of the cops who like gets really excited. So he pops up in New Line movies once in a while. So,
and I will admit, for all the things that I've said, the Bruce Willis cameo was fun. I'll give him credit.
That's why Ozzy loves this.
That and Fifth Element. All right, Bruce, those are your shining moments.
Are you just going to pick movies that have Die Hard cameos? Because we had one last week. Is that like your new secret thing?
Oh, I just realized. Money Pit.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah. Hey, guys, next week we're going to do Dogma.
I did want to throw out there, and I'm starting to lose it. I forgot already. Oh, no, I didn't. It was a Die Hard thing. Okay. I was watching Maniac Cop 3 for the other show, and Robert Davi is the lead character in there. He's like a cop, and he meets up with this other cop. And if you know Die Hard, I forget, they both have the same name. What are their names?
Agent Johnson.
The other Agent Johnson is the other cop.
It's Agent Johnson and Special Agent Johnson.
Okay, well, they have like a scene together in Maniac Cop 3. So
okay,
so I popped when it happened.
I see. Okay, so you gave this a 2.
Let
me just add, I have a question. Let's say this movie, instead of being 82 minutes, let's say it was 85. There was a couple of scenes cut and replaced with a scene taking place in a strip club where there was nudity. Would that change your rating?
It might get it to 2.5, but it wouldn't make it anything better than halfway. Because there's plenty of movies I've given 1s to that have tons of nudity.
I just don't understand how you can give this a 2. How much did you give Private School?
I want to say give it a 3.5 or a 4.
Exactly my.
I'm waiting for Ozzy to throw in exactly Mean Gene.
Well,
it's good times.
I do believe, I hope at least the voice will be somewhat normal tomorrow, so you won't be as tempted to wish such a scene. But what was your rating on Once Bitten, Todd?
I don't know, probably like a 3, 2.5. It wasn't high.
Got it. Okay. All right, that's all. I just wanted to prove, what I've been saying this entire time. So I was just recapping what you had higher scores to.
Yeah. Okay,
one of which included a high school dance scene where a high school student ripped off some of her clothes and everybody was cool with it.
Well, it wouldn't be. If you
Everything was my fault.
If you were still in high school, I should say.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you dressed up as a woman and snuck into our dorm trying to get some tail, and I overreacted. It's my fault. I should have just given you some. It's all my fault.
Yeah, sounds right. It was the 80s.
Oh my God. And this was 93.
So it should have been a better comedy for that time.
It was a better comedy. It didn't have 20 minutes of anybody running in the beach.
Wasn't Hot Shots. Hot Shots was.
You know what? I've seen that once. I don't recall loving it, but I look forward to revisiting it. I know we're supposed to cover it eventually.
Yeah, and I don't remember if I liked Hot Shots better or Hot Shots Part 2, because that was pretty funny as well.
We will cross that bridge when we get to it later this year.
Yes.
And next week, we will be back with a new episode. We don't have anything specifically planned for any particular date, except for our episode taking place on January 31st, due to Groundhog Day happening on February 2nd. This year, 2 days prior, on Monday, January 31st, we'll be reviewing and discussing the Bill Murray comedy Groundhog's Day. That'll be in approximately 2 weeks, I believe, from when this airs on January 31st. But next week, we'll be back with a new episode. Todd, Greg, you guys have any final thoughts, moments about this film?
Not about the film. I do want to say a big congratulations. My brother just got married, so congratulations to you and Crystal. Also, just a little quick story that happened over that weekend. Ended up going to a casino, and I just want to share this real quick because it was a little disappointing, and it happens to feature, some comedy genius. As we all know, I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan. So I wore my Movies jersey the other day that I just got in to the casino that I went to while I was out and about there. And there was this rather young girl working. She was probably maybe 20. And she saw my jersey. And as I was getting a water from her, she goes, "Hey, where'd you get that jersey?" And I thought to myself, That's amazing. The youth of today know the wonderful Kevin Smith. This is great. It made me proud. It gave me hope. And I told her about where to find it, and she goes, yeah, that's a super cute cow jersey. And I was just like, you're my God. Oh. So, yeah. That was that. Lost hope and faith. So that, yeah, but had to share that.
And then you had to watch this.
Yeah. Then I lost faith in the past, so it all worked out.
Don't listen to these heathens. You could rent this video. I don't believe it's or any streaming anywhere. Is it, Todd?
No.
Okay. So you could rent this anywhere. If you enjoy films where your inner child or inner sense of humor is a 12, 13-year-old boy, 100% just purchase the movie. Because it's fair to say that would be the age group to enjoy it. Right? Like I could show this to my nephews and they'd get a kick out of it.
Well, the problem with that is all the dated references are going to go over their heads.
Not in terms of like actual, like, so one of my nephews, he doesn't like the tradition, like what everybody likes, he doesn't usually like. So that's why I think he might actually like this one.
But I'm saying
you guys don't like it. He might actually like it for it's how bad it is.
But I'm saying like he's not going to get the Head and Shoulders reference. He's not going to get the Chips reference.
He's not. But the fact that he's not. But the fact that somebody is actually washing their hair in the middle of a crime scene, he'd get a kick out of that. Or just the action movie tropes. You know, like the guys being thrown through the glass and like one guy going, wait, hold on a second. I got to move the plate glass from him. Okay, go ahead.
That was a good bit.
Like, just stupidity.
Wow.
Whoa. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's like some screaming going out my door right now. So that's actually our cue to leave. It's new for the year of 2022, hearing a random scream in the background. It's pretty much like the awards acceptance ceremony. Sorry?
They're used to hearing that at my place.
Right.
Oh, how's your bathroom, Ozzy?
Oh, my Lord, ladies and gentlemen, last week we reviewed the Money Pit, where I was told my bathroom would be 2 weeks. And you know what's funny is I was taking a shower last Friday, and as I was done, or like as I was on the tail end of the shower, I started hearing bubbles come up from my toilet. And we had a mainline stoppage, which personally I don't think was my fault. I think because this happens like every year and a half. Like sometimes like branches will get caught in at roots, so they got to clear that stuff out. Or sometimes if somebody uses too much toilet paper. Now, I'm not trying to point any fingers, but I just had somebody that was not me or my roommate use our bathroom, and I know that they used our bathroom because there was evidence left in the bowl.
Oh,
yeah. And judging by the looks of things, I don't think he used a little bit of toilet paper. He probably used a lot.
Invest in a bidet. I'm telling you.
I don't blame you at all. It's just, here's the thing, is that I invest in the bidet and then my roommate gets the benefit too. And then like, it's the roommate's friends that benefit too. And it's like, it's just, but it's like, man, now your friends are going to come over, just use the bidet. I want to use a bidet.
I understand.
You know what I mean? I mean, anybody that finds a toilet that has a bidet is like, oh, I got to remember this toilet. This one has the bidet.
If they actually are ballsy enough to use it. Some people, it's a little thing.
You do got all about it. If it's explained to you, oh no, this is how it works. Which, by the way, I can tell a bidet story right here. This will probably be less story because it's a good one to end on. Unless Todd, did you want to say something before I say this one? This is one to end on.
I will throw this out here because you brought up cliches earlier. There's actually a really good Netflix documentary by Rob Lowe, or Rob Lowe's the host, but it's Attack of the Hollywood Cliches. But they go through movies and they go like talk about all the different tropes and stuff. And it's humor, so it's like a little hour piece. It's on Netflix.
Nice. So to this bidet story, I feel this strain on the voice, so I got to get back to the Don LaFontaine, but which will actually be perfect for the story. So I'm house sitting a couple months ago for my sister and their family in the guest bathroom, they have a bidet. And like anytime they ask me to house it, I'm like, absolutely. I'll have 100%. Then one of these days I'm using it and like, you know, I flick the switch or turn the dial or whatever, and nothing's going. I was like, oh man, did I break the bidet? So I stood up and I tried it, and then it just splattered me. I did nothing different. I turned the dial the first time, nothing happened. I turned the dial the same amount, and like the look, I almost wish there was a camera on me just so I could have seen the look on my face. Because I felt it, and I froze for a second, like, are you
nice one to imagine Ozzy every time he takes a shit, he's recording it just in case.
I'll have it set up in a corner.
Just in case.
You know what? If I set up a live stream, I might like get some money from some random towns in Germany. I don't know.
On
that Patreon.
Maybe that look that you had is probably the same look Justin Herbert had at the end of that game.
Listen, I just want to take a quick moment just to go back to that Raiders-Chargers game. If there's any Chargers fans watching right now, I understand, you know, your team had just a hard-fought victory, and there should be nothing that you should be disappointed in. But at the end of the day, I just really want to say, your coach is a moron. It was going to be a tie, and he called timeout like an idiot. Oh man. Oh man, what a moron. Oh. No, but really, I'm sorry that your coach is a moron. Listen, the Raiders have made the playoffs one time in the past 20 years. Let me have this, ladies and gentlemen. And if you want to, you know, smarten up and convert, join the dark side, you're welcome to join. Greg's halfway there. That's why his 49ers jersey is black.
Whoa, I set you up to congratulate the Raiders.
I know, it's like I got feisty. I'm sorry. I got feisty. I was like a piranha. I was attacking on all sides. I apologize. That's on me.
Oh,
let's go back. Okay, wait. Let's rewind for a second. Let me go back. Oh yeah, Chargers head coach. What an idiot. See, there we go. We're fine. I respect Kyle Shanahan. I had George Kittle help me win a fantasy league. Eli Mitchell helped me win a fantasy league. But Brandon Staley. Oh man. Like, I never seen a look on a Chargers fan's face when they're like, oh my God, this is what a Raiders fan feels like. All right, that's enough. Because I know that by the time this airs, the Raiders could have gotten completely embarrassed by the Cincinnati Bengals. So let's see. No, I'm dead serious. So we are, as I mentioned, we're recording this on the 10th, January 10th, to be aired on the 17th, which is 2 days following the Bengals and probably destroying the Raiders in Cincinnati. Although, could you imagine if it was the other case? We might have to do a live episode next Monday if that's the case. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to overpromise, actually. Forget I said that. Could you just edit out, like, just like hit a long bleep after I said we might do live next week? Just like when I say actually, just hit the bleep and just keep it going.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, if we get a Raiders 49ers Super Bowl, then we'll watch like Van Wilder 3 and I will start saying Die Hard's a Christmas movie. So, you know.
I don't want that.
I still can't believe Van Wilder 2 went to theaters. Still cannot believe it.
No, but just in terms of the Greg and I made a bet years and years ago. In fact, I think it was almost over a decade ago now.
Yeah.
Whoever's team won the Super Bowl first, my team being the Raiders, his team being the 49ers, whoever won the Super Bowl first would have to pay the other guy $50. And the Niners almost won the Super Bowl against the Ravens, and they almost won against the Chiefs.
I wouldn't say they almost won either of those games, but they at least made it to the Super Bowl.
No, against the Ravens, the power went out, and all the that changed things because the Niners were actually doing very well until that moment happened. That's why everybody started calling conspiracy, is because when they came back from the break, Niners seemed out of sync, and Baltimore figured it out. So, but I mean, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. What are you gonna do? So there's that. So anyway, if by chance the Raiders make it past the Chiefs, and if the Niners make it past the Packers, and it is going to be a Raiders and Niners Super Bowl, one of us is getting $50.
Hey, there we go.
We'll see what happens. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it, if it ever happens. If it ever happens.
I know. I feel like I'm watching a Lord of the Rings movie. We've ended 3 times. Are we going to?
We have ended 3 times. All right, now I'm ending for the final time. That is Flesh Wound producer Todd, world famous juggler Greg Larson, and I am Ozzy V, and we'll see you next week right here on Flesh Wound Farce.